Okay, so thank you so very much, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day all over the world from wherever it is that you're joining us from. I want to officially welcome you to H.O.P.S Fireside Chats. My name is Bola, and I'm going to be hosting this session. And we have today with us Khatija. I'm going to tell you a little about Khatija. I came into the country 2 years ago, and I saw a lot of things that Khatija was doing with LinkedIn Local, right? And how she was really, really helping people. So I reached out to her like, oh, I see you're doing this, X, Y, and Z. Let me know when you're going to be having another event. And then she sent me an email to say, oh, I'm going to be having this event at somewhere in Mississauga. And I went, and that was the first time I met her. I really enjoyed it. And since then, I've been following all of the things that she's been doing. She's super amazing with online visibility, particularly for professionals and newcomers on LinkedIn. So I'm really excited, and my team, we're really excited to have her here and do some bit of teaching. I know she's not going to be teaching, but share some of her knowledge um, with us on how to improve our professional presence on LinkedIn. And I'm going to speak to that. Um, More than 70% of the jobs or the offers that I've got have come from LinkedIn. My first gig came from LinkedIn, second one from LinkedIn, the third one from LinkedIn. People will just literally just reach out to say, "Hi, Bola, I'm a recruiter with X, Y, and Z. I saw your profile on LinkedIn before they even seen my resume. I saw your profile on LinkedIn, and I think it's really cool, and it's a perfect match with the opportunity that I'm trying to fill for this company." So I don't take LinkedIn lightly. I take it really, really seriously. Um, Also, more importantly now, a lot of organizations will ask you whether you want to apply for a job using your LinkedIn profile or your resume. That tells you that your LinkedIn profile is literally taking over your resume. I'm not saying it's taking it over, but it gives the same feel as what your resume should be. I mean, that's why recruiters are saying you can also apply with your LinkedIn profile because they think they can get a lot more from LinkedIn. So today I'm really excited. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to just tell us a little about H.O.P.S, maybe like 1 minute, because I don't want to waste a lot of our time. I want Khatija to spend a lot of time um, talking to us. All right, so this is the session for today. I'm happy to be hosting Khatija. A little about H.O.P.S. Um, you can imagine the challenges and the struggles that come with a change. Moving from one house to another has its own struggles and challenges. Moving from one profession to another has its own challenges and struggles. Moving to a new country has its own challenges and struggles. And along the line, we get to make decisions. But we only make decisions based on the information that we have available. Most of the time, if we don't have the right information or the right guidance, we make some decisions that cost us a lot. So we see newcomers come into the country. There's several things that they need to grapple with. There's several decisions that they need to make. There's several things that they need to sort, where to stay, getting an accommodation, and several other things. Not to even talk of starting their career or kickstarting their career. And we see a lot of those challenges. So myself and my co-founder decided to put together a platform called Helping Other People Succeed. And what we do basically in helping other people succeed is we'll help professionals, new immigrants to sort of one, kickstart their career, two, stabilize their career, and three, grow their career. And we do that by providing mentoring, coaching, career advice, job readiness assessment, mock interviews, referrals, and so on and so forth. And we do this with a network of mentors that we have. So we have mentors all around and across the country and even outside of North America. Um, And we've been able to, for 2 years, we've been able to create several initiatives that will help us to achieve that mission of helping professionals to stabilize and to grow and to kickstart their career. So we have Fireside Chat, where we bring thought leaders, industry experts to a platform like this to just share ideas, share thought leadership, share insights. And we've brought a number of people, Laura Brandenburg, we've brought Dane, and today we have Khatija. We also have Accelerate. Accelerate is like our flagship mentoring and coaching program where we put out application and then we select a number of mentees and then we match them with our mentors and they go in a 1 month or 2 month relationship where the mentor helps the mentee to achieve the goal of either passing a certification, starting a new career, or creating like a roadmap for their career. We also have Startup Clinic, which are going to be starting very soon. We also have an initiative called GoPro. So GoPro is an initiative that we launched last month. And what we do with GoPro is we understand the importance and the value of professional certification. And with this initiative, we help at least 20 professionals to achieve their certification goal across business analysis, project management, and Agile and Scrum. And what do? We provide them with free online training for the entire curriculum. We provide them with free mentoring and coaching targeted at passing the certification. We provide them with resources that they need to pass the certification. And also we provide them with support in applying for the certification exam. And then the last one is Career Hacks. It's a physical workshop/seminar where we bring thought leaders and industry experts to come and speak about some career ideas to the attendees. We've had interesting feedback from people, track record, which I'm not going to share. And these are places where you can connect with us. We've got a website, www.hopsglobal.org. We recently created a LinkedIn group. If you're on LinkedIn, just go to groups and search for helping other people succeed. We also have a LinkedIn page. It's also H.O.P.S Global, and we're on Instagram. H.O.P.S_global. So that will be it for the introduction. I will hand over to Khatija and she will take us on an interesting ride. So Khatija, take it away.
Thank you so much, Bola. It was so great to hear about the organization, and specifically you were very brief and very up to the point in what the organization objectives are and how you are doing it. I really give you a plot to you and your team in like coming out with the vision and clear to-dos that you are doing. And each of your to-dos are so unique in itself that I really have to give to you and your team. A really good job done there. Okay, so let's quickly deep dive into what we all are here for. And I'm so excited to be spilling the LinkedIn coffee beans. I call these virtual chats coffee chats because I want everybody to walk out energized, guided, and all high on how you can use LinkedIn for your professional goals. So let me share a presentation which I prepped up for this amazing session. And I always start my presentation with the mindset. I feel like as Bola has just touched upon, any newbie, any rookie or any beginner when he comes in a new surroundings, whether it be a new country or a new neighborhood or even on an online platform, that is an area of unknown for you. So I say this to everyone who is exploring the area of unknown: be ready to unlearn the old things. Nothing is wrong with the old thing. It's just that in the new environment, it might not work. And as a result of that, you will not be able to succeed. So be ready to unlearn the few old things, learn new things according to the rule of the land, which you are ready to explore. Be ready to grow, evolve, and as a result, you will adapt and like succeed successfully. So in short, if you are a new immigrant, as Bola just mentioned, you already have the skill set of resiliency. And what better time than now, specifically the COVID-19 situation. And then if you're exploring LinkedIn, which is again, is a new place which has its own LinkedIn etiquettes, its do's and don'ts, you have such perfect skill set of resiliency that you can like you can be so successful with this skill set because you have already practiced it. So be ready to be a friend of fear of unknown, because what I'm telling today you will learn new things. A lot of fears will be kind of smashed. A lot of LinkedIn myths will be kind of busted because I'm demystifying that's a tongue twister. I always get stuck in that. So I'm unfolding and unlocking a lot of LinkedIn myths today, and you will be walking out with facts and with clear strategy on how you can excel on LinkedIn. Let's move ahead. As I said, I always start with the mindset part. So right now, this is one person I follow on Instagram. She has an Instagram handle by name of Social Sam, and she shares some amazing Instagram or social media content, and she's kind of gives me fuel in when it comes to social media mindset. So right now on social media, and specifically on LinkedIn, it's no longer a job search website. Job seekers used to come to LinkedIn before 2016 or 2017. They used to consider LinkedIn as just a job search website where they would upload an online kind of a resume on LinkedIn profile, and they would just go and match and apply online. Recruiters will come and they will recruit them. So no longer is LinkedIn a job search or like a connection website. It's more than that now. It's more conversational. Professionals, like 16 million Canadian professionals are there on LinkedIn. So that's the huge opportunity that you have to achieve your professional goals. They are coming daily on LinkedIn, creating content, engaging with other professionals, not only on the visible public platforms through the posts that they create, but also through in-mails. So LinkedIn has emerged from just being a job search website to be a conversational professional platform where professional comes to network, build relationship, do rapport building. So so this is just one thing, that it's no longer a number game. It's more about building the community. Over and above now, another thing that comes to mind, that because we are professionals, we need to be perfect on LinkedIn. Perfect smile, perfect a post that we need to upload, perfect video. We get so cogged up, in analysis paralysis, I call it, that we think so much about that we just need to be perfect out there with our knowledge and everything, that everything needs to be factual and everything. No, you don't need to be perfect. Even if you have a point of view, or even if you have an inference on something in your own space, you can share it in form of a text post that can resonate with your audience, and it can go viral and it can trend. What is important, that you need to take that leap of faith of sharing your story, sharing your professional experience, and sharing your professional expertise with the simple idea of sharing it with your community to change their lives. So you just have to be real, you just have to be authentic, and you just need to share your professional knowledge. Be mindful. LinkedIn is not Facebook. It's a professional space. So whatever you share, it needs to be acceptable in professional settings. So that's just a heads up. Don't be perfect. Just be real you and share your knowledge. LinkedIn is also not about numbers. It's not about likes and engagements. Again, as I said, professionals are coming over here. They are humans like you and me. So you want to appear out as a personal brand, which is conversational. because human relate to a human, and the person sitting behind that profile is ultimately a human. So make sure that your online presence is someone where you reflect real you, and that you, which reflects that you are here to build a rapport, you are here to build relationships, you're here to build connections. Because as soon as you come out as someone who is here for an ask, someone for a job, someone to provide sales, some hidden agenda, and believe you me, the other person can feel it. Make sure that you are here and you're reflecting your engagement in a way that you are reflecting it clearly, that you are here to spend time with them, to give value to them, to build rapport, and to have connections, sustainable connections for long term. So these are some basic mindset just I wanted to tell. And lastly but not the least, you're not here on LinkedIn to impress, you're here to make an impact. So see, when you go from being just a number to building a community, from just being perfect and just reflecting your professional story and expertise, from just number games to building connections and building rapport, from just trying to impress others to reframing it to making an impact in other people's life, the mindset completely drifts and reframes. So you feel good that you are here to empower other people. Although at the end of the day, there are professional goals, but you need to come out as a person who is here to genuinely help the other person, rather than saying, here is my product, please buy it. So when you reframe your proposition that you are here to help you in your professional goals, and I'm here with this product for you, you are basically, you are sending wrong signals, and you can put off the other person. So how you come along, I would very strongly suggest on LinkedIn, reframe your mindset before you start exploring. That's one thing. So a little bit about me. I'm basically a social media strategist. I'm an online LinkedIn trainer who trains newbies on LinkedIn through my online group coaching program as well as one-on-one. I have won an award from University of Toronto in digital marketing of using LinkedIn for social good. And I have been sleeping, drinking, and breathing this space for past 27, like since 2017. Basically, in 2017, Microsoft took over. In 2016, Microsoft took over LinkedIn, and since then, the vision has completely changed. As I said, from being a job search website and being just a connector of an applicant to a recruiter, to a completely conversational platform where professional comes and explain and share their passions, their stories for community good. So moving ahead, let's look into some numbers, like why LinkedIn. She has been talking about LinkedIn. Let's go into some facts and why this is a correct platform, whatever professional goals you have. There are 660 million, and they are growing, members, professionals worldwide. Right now, only 300 million are active users. By active users means that they are coming on the platform, creating content, engaging with each other. Of the total 660 million, 16 million and growing are in Canada. So such a huge opportunity of connecting and networking with like-minded professionals online, specifically during the COVID-19 situation where the physical events have kind of delayed. Over and above, one connection introduces to an average of 400 new people. Now, this is a global figure that because of the features that LinkedIn offers to professionals, that you are not only visible to your first degree connection, but also to your second and third degree connection, and then further to your second and third degree, first, second, third degree connection. So basically, the network is intertwined. So the voice that you speak on LinkedIn is amplified because of the feature that LinkedIn offers. It has 30 million company, like by company, I mean company pages are there, the presence is there, and by research, it is by far the top choice for B2B or professional targeting. And it goes much beyond job hunting and listing, which I have told, and these all stats are coming from credible sources like Influencer Marketing Hub and Omnicore. So these are third parties talking about LinkedIn. So these are facts that if you're on LinkedIn right now, and if you want to explore LinkedIn, these are the numbers which can really put your brain into mindset that you are at the right platform. Okay, as I said, every platform has its own do's and don'ts. LinkedIn has its own LinkedIn etiquettes, and a lot of them are are kind of understood that you would know them. Nobody speaks about them a lot, but it is said that once you're on LinkedIn, you need to know it. So let's talk about some don'ts of LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, you cannot be negative. As I said, LinkedIn is more about a community experience, professional community experience. So anything which results in heated debate, which results in insulting, any kind of harassment, that is a big no-no. And even a simple comment that you make is reflected to your first, second, and third degree connection. You are creating an impression. So what you do and what you say, not only your post, but also the comments that you're making on your second and third degree connection, and even no connection of yours, that will be visible to your network, and you are creating or sending signals to people of your online personal brand. So be mindful of how you engage. Also on LinkedIn, don't be an aimless wanderer. I am a big advocate that if you do anything in life, you need to have focus, you need to have a goal so that you know what you're working for. Because if you don't have a clear focus and goal, you give up really easily. Because if you face rejection in the journey, you can always say that what was I working for? I faced first rejection, and you will back off. No, when you're clear about your goal and the journey, that this is first step, this is second step, this is third step, even if you faced first rejection in that first step, you know clearly that this is where I'm going, these are the steps, these are the things I need to do, even in the first step. So if you fail the first time on the first step, you are clear, okay, I need to improve in this way and rework. So you will come out as a winner, and you will fulfill that first step, move on to the second step, then third step, then fourth step. Basically, what I'm trying to say, on LinkedIn, come with a goal. Even if you fail, you know that you are progressing, because that rejection that you face in the initial phase will bring you on the right track of how you need to pass that step one to go to step two. That is one thing. Have a goal and a vision. What is your goal? What is it, that specific audience that you're speaking to? Because there are 16 million Canadian professionals there. You cannot spend time with each and every one of them. So be very clear of what your goal is, whether you are here for a job, whether you are here for leads, whether you are here for networking, whether you're here to just learn. Be clear about your goal and identify who your audience is. Then I've told you about don't be negative. Again, the question can come if it's a conversational platform. There can be debates, there can be heated arguments. I completely agree. When you present a point of view, you can agree to disagree, but there is a way of insulting someone else and putting your point across with the fact, giving the space to other person's point of view. So I'm just asking you, LinkedIn humans, I call LinkedIn profile, LinkedIn humans loves differing point of view. As Canadians, we have that ingrained because Canadian professionals are on LinkedIn, and that's the target audience that we are talking about. So by nature, we are acceptable to differing point of view, but how you bring that across is which will make you different. The third thing is, please don't sell and don't come out as spammy. A lot of time, still to date, I have heaps of in mails which says, I think so a few weeks back, I got a mail from a crockery seller somewhere in China. He wants to expand his business here in Canada, and he's saying that, why don't you become my distributor? So I was like, okay, so let's like kind of educate him on how LinkedIn works here in Canada. So I said to him that, why don't you go over my profile and see what services I offer? Probably I can help you with your social media presence over here in Canada, because that's clearly what my LinkedIn home, which is my profile, says, that this is what I specialize in, this is what I do. So please, first of all, do your due diligence of knowing the other person, and then send relevant messages. And at the first place, don't just go out that I am here for money kind of a feel. And definitely, you don't want to come out as a desperate profiler. You don't want to come out as someone who's asking for something. Just think about, you are approaching a stranger, you're going to his home, you're knocking the door, and you're saying, give me money. Or it's your first day on dating, and you're asking the other person, marry me. you're putting out the other person, you're ending the relationship. Okay, so please don't come out as a person who is there for an ask. And there are so many hidden actions that you do on LinkedIn which reflects that you are here for an ask. Be mindful of that. So make sure that you come on LinkedIn with a mindset of value, that you are here to give value to your audience, to help them succeed their goals. And in that way, if they like, know and trust you, that you are here to give them a helping hand, succeed them in their goals, believe you me, you enter in their trust community, and they will come and give back to you in the way that they will come give business to you. But you need to be known, to be liked, to be trusted. And this journey happens over a period of time in layers, in 15 to 20 interaction. It doesn't happen overnight. So I just wanted to start off with a mindset, tell you what LinkedIn is. And I think so it's coming from the previous slide. Make sure that you have a goal, follow a stepwise approach of your LinkedIn presence, because there is a method to madness. And in the second slide, I'll tell you a method what to madness might be. What will be, not might be, will be. I'm leaving you with a blueprint on how you can succeed. Personalize everything that you approach the other person first. Personalize the connection request, personalize the recommendation request, personalize your social media post, personalize according to the target audience that you're speaking to. And just wanted to say, LinkedIn is not, I will talk about it later. Important thing is, if you face rejection, don't take it personally. That is the first thing that we do when we enter any new space. If we feel rejection, we take personally and we get put off and we leave the land. No, I want you to be the fighters. You will face rejection. Nothing comes easy in life. You will face rejection. But if you follow the LinkedIn etiquettes, if you follow the process that I tell you, if you go as an informed LinkedIner, the probability of you getting rejected is very minimal. But you can get rejected. What is important, that you keep your pipeline filled up, that who you're networking with, don't put all eggs in one basket. Talk to 4 or 5 people, talk to 10 people, so that if one rejects, you have other, then you have another, then you have another. Be prepared. As I said, stepwise approach, and don't put all eggs in one basket, and be authentic and genuine. So these are the do's and don'ts which I have covered, and you are very clear on what the LinkedIn space is all about, what the do's and don'ts are. Now let's take an example. I'm taking a fictional character known as Miras. Miras is a rookie on LinkedIn, a newbie, have no idea of how LinkedIn works. But she is very clear that she wants to start small to be big. So she's very clear about her goal, that this is the goal I have. And she has broken it down. Like, for example, in 1 year, right now, let's say she has time of getting a job. She has 3 or 4 months. She might be in college, or she might be a pre-landed immigrant. So she has like 3 or 4 months to work, to start small, to get to the big objective, which is, let's say, first job in Canada, or first lead in Canada, or connecting to right people, whatever her professional goal might be. Okay, so that's my son. So I'll mute. Bola, you can take over. I'll just need 1 minute.
Continue. You're still on mute. Okay, right. Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with Miras. I will call her Miras, and we like, if I don't know if she can relate to you, but the idea is that she's completely new on LinkedIn and she wants to start small. She's very clear about her objective. She wants to build and network and advance her career through LinkedIn, basically. So tactics she is using, she has like 3 months right now, whatever professional goals she has, and she wants to use that 3 months time period to network with the right industry people, because here in Canada, I think so, whether if you have a business or you have any professional goal, network counts a lot. You get a lot of referrals, you get a lot of business leads because somebody has referred you because they perceived you as an expert. Same goes over here in Canada. If any newcomer to Canada is listening, that your network plays a huge part of your professional success. So she's very clear that she wants to network and advance her career using LinkedIn. So the first tactic she's using, that she wants to have a clean and optimized LinkedIn home, which is your LinkedIn profile. So if it's anybody who's new on LinkedIn, just like you have on Facebook, your Facebook personal profile, exactly like this on LinkedIn, you need to have your own LinkedIn professional profile. Now here it has different more than different sections to it. I will quickly talk about the sections in the next slide, but you need to beef up your different section, which is summary, work experience, credentials, recommendations. So it basically gives a snapshot of your professional profile, of your professional experiences, yesterday's validations basically. So make sure that that is beefed up, optimized, and it's not an overnight job. Believe you me, it's not an overnight job. You need, just like any of the social media platform, LinkedIn has its own features which will bring you in front of right audiences when they search for you. So there is a method to LinkedIn search madness. So make sure that you're optimizing your LinkedIn profile so that you come in front of right people when they search for you. So that is one thing. Have an optimized and clean LinkedIn profile according to the standards of LinkedIn land. Okay, so that was the first thing. So she worked for the first 3 to 4 weeks to optimize her LinkedIn presence. Second step, that once her home was ready, she kind of, I use an example that when you move into new house, you kind of first paint it up, make sure that the furnishings are ready, the fixtures are put in places, the door is there, the window is there. So once your LinkedIn home is ready, you make sure that you bring in the furniture now. So you bring in the furniture, and I call furniture the content. So first, when your LinkedIn home is ready, it's painted, the fixtures are fixed. Now you need to paint it. You have to paint it what is known as content. Content is simple posts that you write and articles that you write hosted on LinkedIn. By post, it's a short piece of content which up to 1,300 characters, and if you want a long piece of content, you can write articles. So you have 2,000 characters that you can fill over there. So content is like furniture to your home, because before you start hosting parties or guests, you need to make sure that they can sit somewhere, right? You need to make sure there is food, there is everything for you to host the party, right? So the first step, she was ready with her LinkedIn profile, which speaks that she can walk the talk in her space. Then she created posts and articles in her field. Let's say she was from business analysis field. So she started writing about micro bits of topics which exhibit, like if somebody falls onto her profile, comes on her home, they can read that and they can say, oh, she knows her stuff related to business analysis. So right now, from first step and second step, she hasn't met people, but already that is creating impression. Step 3, now her home is ready, furnitures are in the right place, the living room looks like a living room, and now she's ready to host the party. And that's where the third step comes in, that you start attracting the right eyeballs to host the party on your LinkedIn profile. So that I call LinkedIn networking, where she is now growing her professional network intentionally. She clearly knows who her audience is, and she's reaching out to these people through customized communication, through conversation on their content, and she's bringing them to her home. And not only she's bringing to her home, she's making sure that she is continuing her relationship with them. She's not only connecting, but growing and nurturing relationship. There is a difference between just being connection and making sure that you are a trusted partner. Trusted partner comes when you have intention of nurturing relationship over a period of time. You are not there, one comment and leaves. No, it's like over a period of weeks and in layers, you interact with other person, and that trust develops, that you move from being just known as a business analysis, that Meeras is a business analyst, and you move into likability phase. That they start liking you because you are a business analyst with empathy. And then they move in the trust factor, that okay, she is bingo, she is the best business analyst in whatever space, and she knows her stuff, and she is unique. Like, there are so many other business analysts, but I like her because she strived, like, I like her, first of all, and secondly, she has some uniqueness to her transferable skills of how she appeared as a personal brand. So that is the aim of mirrors, that she moved from first to second to third stage, growing and then nurturing relationship. And then fourth stage, she is using LinkedIn intentionally, which is search and apply for jobs on LinkedIn. That is the thing which a lot of people do. They jump to the fourth step. And that's why, and during COVID-19, there is so much of competition out there if you're job seekers, that you need to stand out as an applicant. You need to knock the right doors, multiple doors, for that hiring decision maker, whoever that may be. So you apply online, but please use LinkedIn intentionally to come in front of right people, so that they remember you not as just a resume, but as a person who has a personality and who can walk the talk. Anyways, moving forward, how you can rock LinkedIn. This is a 3-step process which I'm leaving you with. It seems very easy on one slide, but there are things that you need to do on each step. The first step I've told you about, please have optimized and clean LinkedIn profile. Make sure above the scroll, I call it above the scroll because there are 4 or 5 real assets, I say, which gives the first impression. Like recruiters and career coaches say 20 seconds elevator pitch on LinkedIn, on your LinkedIn profile. These 5 features are your elevator pitch. They scan you and they create an impression. The first one is your picture, profile picture. Make sure that you have a confident professional profile picture with a non-busy background. Second is basically your background cover. So if you go on LinkedIn, by default, LinkedIn will put up a blue background cover. Please make sure that you customize and design this background cover, because it's like a billboard. You can clearly say that what she is here for. She's a business analyst, and she can talk about, she can put certain skills that she's expert in. So somebody will come look at her billboard and clearly say that she is a business analyst with these. So don't let go of that billboard rail space waste. Design it, and you don't need to be an expert in visual designing. Use applications like Canva and Trello. Just Google and you will know what these are. These are simple drag and drop applications where you can customize your design. The third is basically your tagline. The tagline is basically 120 characters. Make sure that you're not putting special characters. You're not putting seeking new opportunities. You're not putting ONO, because tagline is a real important real estate. Because if somebody looks, searches for any keyword on LinkedIn search, they will pick up the keywords which are visible at different areas of your LinkedIn profile. And definitely one area is your tagline, and tagline gets displayed in the recruiter searches. So make sure that in your tagline, you're using that 120 character spaces to talk about the value that brings to your table. What you want to, basically, you're doing a conversation with the recruiter there. So make sure that you talk about your expertise, you talk about your skill set, you talk about why uniquely that recruiter should hire you. So that is the third. The fourth real estate is basically your name. A lot of people, what they do is that instead, apart from the first and the last name, they put a lot of special characters or their phone number, or that I have a Canadian PR due to land, seeking new opportunities. LinkedIn clearly says use that space of what it is intended for, your first name and your last name. What LinkedIn says that you can use this space to add suffixes, because right now there is no suffixes special space. So they say that if you have a certification, local certification like a PhD or PMP or ITIL related, you can put that in front of your name. But again, I'm assuming LinkedIn is coming out with so many new features. They will be definitely coming out with a suffixes field as well. But right now, as of now, as I speak to you on 7th of July, it is, you can add your first name, have first name, your second name, and then you can add suffixes to whatever certifications you have. But that is the first stage. Be LinkedIn profile. This is your LinkedIn profile. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sections. And these 10 sections are just the header. You need to really think about what you put in each of the sections. So there is a lot of work there. And impressing a Canadian recruiter in so much of competition, you need to follow certain do's of what a lot of recruiters and career coaches say. So it's not a one-night job. It will take 2 to 3 weeks. So Miras did this. Then she started creating content, the posts and the articles which speaks of her expertise in business analysis. Again, it's a whole process for this step. You need to research the company, the keywords, the goals, the topic that you will speak of, because if you don't have a topic plan, you can wander easily, and you can completely talk about other unrelated topics which is not related to your goal. So you need to be very mindful of your intentional content creation, so that how you want to be perceived as trusted authority in that space, you should put all your energy towards that only. So there are steps to this section. So what did Miras do? The first month she just did for optimizing her LinkedIn profile and creating intentional intentional content. Then when she was ready to host a party, now bingo, she is connecting to right people, which will help connect with the right opportunity, and she's connecting to right people which matter most to her career. So she has identified highly targeted 10 profilers that she will be networking with for next 1 month. Because when you're talking about, as I said, about networking on LinkedIn, it's just not just connecting and then saying thank you for connection and then you leave. No, it's about nurturing relationship, and you need to be in front of that person's face, online face, wherever he is there online. So if he or she is there in a LinkedIn group, you need to be there. If he or she is interacting with a post of a mutual connection, you need to be there. So make sure that rapport building and relationship happens on LinkedIn in layers, 20 to 25 interactions, and then they will trust you. And then when they trust you, you become a part of their network, and they're willing to give back to you. Till that point in time, please make sure that you are not coming off as an asker profile, as not a desperate profile. You're here to help them achieve their goals. So that is it. So these are the 3 steps: LinkedIn profile, intentional content creation, and then LinkedIn networking. LinkedIn networking has its own steps. What is your goal? Who are your targeted profiler? Research about them, how to customize communication, and what are the steps you can take of nurturing relationship. But this webinar is a little limited on time. You can the best you can do is you can follow me on LinkedIn, and I create a lot of content around these stages. So that is it. I'm leaving you with 2 hidden gems, but there are so many other hidden gems and features, but right now I'm just sharing 2. The first thing is that if you're a job seeker, make sure that you enable from your setting job preferences of being open to work. They have reworded it. They have just come out with this new feature, I think 2 weeks back, and you can now exhibit that you're open to work around your professional picture, and you can control who sees it. Like, it can be only recruiters, it can be open for all. And if you are a newcomer to Canada, until you find that new job, I will strongly recommend to do consultancy work. Use Fiverr, Upwork, because this is a great way of showing your transitional gap, unemployment gap, basically. It clearly sends out signal to the other person that you're utilizing your skills during this time through volunteering, through consultancies, through some self-employment work. So what you can do, just go in your business information settings and enable this providing services feature. Again, choose whatever services you like from the drop down. You can control who sees it. These are 2 features which will exhibit it just below your tagline. Okay, so this was what I was talking about, that now open to work is displayed around your professional profile picture. So please, this is a great feature to work around it. Instead of using your real estate of your tagline, which is basically this 120 characters of writing open to new opportunity, enable this feature. You just use this 120 characters to explain what value you're bringing on the table. And I forgot to mention what is the 5th feature on LinkedIn profile, which is a real estate. One is this background cover, then your name, then your headline. And the third one is basically the summary, which falls just below this. It's called About Us section. So in the About Us section, if somebody's interested, they will definitely go in your About Us section. So in that About Us section, summarize what do you do, how do you do it, why do you do what you do, and what you bring on table, and end your summary with a call to action. What do you want your reader to do, and with some contact number or email. So use LinkedIn summary section very, very intentionally. So, and another feature is please customize your URL. This is one of the basic thing which a recruiter expects a LinkedIn profiler to have. What is customizing the URL? It's www or https linkedin/in, it's by default, and then your name comes here. So you can do this by going to me, view profile, and then edit your URL. So please do that. You can share this in your email signature and people will land directly onto your profile. So that is it for me. I've left you with 3 stages with some LinkedIn hidden gems. There are so much of knowledge that I want to share with you, but right now, due to the limitation of time, I would suggest we can continue the conversation on my other social media platforms where I share content around these 3, this framework. You can connect with me on LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram, or just Google Khatija Qureshi. You will find me there. So that is it from my side. I'll give it to Bola now.
Thank you so very much, Khatija, for this wonderful session. I had some things, and as we were talking, I could relate with a lot of things that you were saying. Um, it's not just for job searching and job search alone. At times I've had people just reach out to me and say, "Oh, I read an article that you wrote or a comment that you made on an article or a post, and I'm wondering if you can come and speak at an event." Like, you're not even looking for gigs. I've had people that I met on LinkedIn and they said, "Hey, I've sort of been following your posts and your articles, and I think you're sort of knowledgeable in this space. Do you have like some time for us to talk? I just want to ask you some questions. I want you to advise on 1 or 2 things." So I really, really um, resonate with most of the things that you have said, maybe all of those things that you've said. So we're going to go into question and answer right now, and Adesope is going to handle that. So she's going to take over the Q&A session. If you have any questions, please just drop in the chat box, and then Adesope will read and Khatija will respond. I will start by asking the first question. What are your thoughts around premium on LinkedIn?
Okay, that is one question that comes my way always
All the
whenever
time.
I'm in conversation about LinkedIn. Yesterday I was, LinkedIn, I have different professional goals on LinkedIn, and definitely one of them is to learn and evolve, because I call LinkedIn a university. So one of my professional, because I have a lot of career coaches, recruiters, like executives talking about different topics right now, specifically during COVID-19. And definitely one of the hot topic is that should we invest in LinkedIn premium membership, which basically for job seekers around for $29 US, and then it goes up for senior professional, sales professional, they have a different package plan. Then for corporate recruiters, they have a different package plan. Yesterday I was listening to one of person, his name is Hamad, and he was saying that it's like, he used this analogy and I loved it. So I'm using the same analogy which Hamad said, because it's explained it so well. It's like when you come on LinkedIn, or when you go for LinkedIn Premier membership, it's like renting a space in an expensive mall. So you are renting it out and you have to pay that rent every month, right? Until and unless you are a pro in how to use that space, you should not go for it. So my answer to your question is that LinkedIn I'll say that it's a cookie cutter social media site which has it has its own feature, it has its own etiquettes, it has its own do's and don'ts on how to optimize your presence. Not only your LinkedIn content creation, there is networking piece to it. So it all is intertwined. So I would suggest that first, my suggestion to job seekers would be, or any professional you wanting to use LinkedIn would be, make sure that you first optimize your LinkedIn, that your LinkedIn profile is clean. You have created some content, then probably you can go and rent that space. Because if you start renting that place and then you start painting it and then you start putting furnitures, because painting for me is LinkedIn profile and put furniture is for me the content itself. So when you have the provision of using the free profile and do the painting and the finishing parts, do that first. Then when your home is ready, then probably you can opt for premium membership to do the third step, which is the networking part. Because in the networking part, premium membership can really break the deal because it allows power searches. With the free trial, you have certain limitation in how many searches you can do in a month. So LinkedIn membership allows a lot of power searches. Secondly, it allows you a feature of sending email to any of LinkedIn professionals inbox. With free version, you don't have that. So these are the two features which comes when you enter the LinkedIn networking stage. So don't rent the shop till you have painted or put up the furniture, when you have the provision of using that land for free. So use that land for free to prep up your home, and then when you're ready to host the party, then probably you can go for it. But believe you me, Bola, I am achieving my professional goals with my free LinkedIn version. But as I said, you need to make sure that you are doing something to use that free version, because then you organically grow. You don't need paid features then. So if you want to organically grow, make sure that you are giving value to your audience, because you will organically become viral. That is first thing, and then you are consistent. So if you are bringing value to your audience, you will become viral organically. If you are being consistent with that value, you will become really viral. So I'm achieving the results of what premium membership people are, because I'm doing these two things, and I'm organically growing. And because I organically grow, I get opportunities. Like just yesterday, I got to opportunity. I get a lot of leads through LinkedIn presence. I get opportunities like this one, of speaking in sessions, like paid gig opportunities as well. Like just yesterday, I got a paid gig opportunity inquiry. Um, so yes, it's about how you use the free version, but it's still, if you feel that you don't have time for that consistency, so probably you can opt for premium version to take advantage of the power searches for sure, and that in-mail feature. Yeah.
Thank you again, Khatija. Does anybody, okay, I just got a question from Ruzan. He said, what advice would you give to your younger self with respect to LinkedIn mistakes you would have made in the beginning of your career as a coach?
Okay, the first advice I'll give to my younger self is, don't straight away send a connection request asking for a job, or review my resume, or review my LinkedIn profile, or I offer these services, I have these packages. That is a big no-no that I will coach my younger self. So yes, that is one advice.
Yeah, very good advice. Does anybody have any other question? We have just about 4 minutes. We know people have to get back to their days. Any other questions? Okay, I guess would probably wrap it up at this point. Thank you very, very much again, Khatija. This was very valuable for us. It was, I took so many notes. There are so many points I would go back and work with, and I'm sure that applies to a lot of people. If you still have some questions, you can follow Khatija on LinkedIn. She shared all her handles, but you can just search for her name on LinkedIn, Khatija Qureshi. And you can also follow H.O.P.S, helping other people succeed on LinkedIn. And on, if you check on Google as well, you'll be able to find our website, because we host, apart from the Fireside chat, we have some other initiatives that we work on that you might find interesting. So thank you again, everybody, for joining us. We know it's lunchtime for most of you. Thank you for spending time with us, and we hope you really, really got some good value from this session.
All right.
Okay, thank you so much.
All
Bye for
right.
now.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye,
you,
guys.
Khatija.
And
Bye.
Bye.
enjoy.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Khatija, for the session. Thank you, everyone, for joining, and enjoy your afternoon. Bye for now.
Bye. Thank you.